Hello everyone, this is Timothy with Computer-Aided Instruction. In this video I want to continue our exploration of different WordPress plugins by talking about plugins for setting up an online store and for setting up an online class. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is go to Plugins, Add New, and let's type in e-commerce. That's just a really good term to find some plugins that we can use to set up an online store. WooCommerce is the most popular by far. They have over 5 million downloads. There are a lot of different options, so you can try them out, but WooCommerce is the only one I've really ever experimented with. I will be completely honest, I've never set up an online store that was put into use. I've only used this tool for practice in the past, but nevertheless, from my experience using WooCommerce, it's pretty good. I just haven't had a need to set up an online store. I usually set up websites for educational reasons, as you may guess. Anyways, let's see. I guess we could skip this section. Let's go ahead and skip this. I'm going to say no thanks to contributing to the information that WooCommerce collects, because this is just for a test server and I'm not going to put this website into production. Let's click Add Store Details. For United States, I'm not in California. I'm not going to tell you what state I'm in. I'll just choose Arizona. Why not? You can fill in your address later. Set to all countries for selling locations. I'm only going to sell to the United States, so I don't have to worry about shipping and things like that. Ship to all countries to sell in. Enable tax rates and calculations. This is a good idea to check this box. You don't want to have to do that manually. I'd rather have the plugin take care of that. All of this looks fine. I'm going to save my changes. Products. I'm going to leave most of the exploration of this plugin to you, for you to do. I don't have any products set up, apparently. My default page is going to be shop. All of the products that I create are going to be listed on this page, which is cool. If you have questions about what some of these different fields are, just hover your mouse over the question mark and it'll give you some information. I'm going to switch my weight from kilograms to pounds, centimeters to inches, just because the metric system isn't that popular in America. We use it to a certain extent, but anyways, I'm going to skip the rest of these different fields, so just look through them and set it up to be the way that you want it. So let me go ahead and create my first product. Click Products, click Create Product, or you could just click Add New right here. So I guess we'll sell guitars. Why not? That's one of my favorite topics. I'll call my first guitar the Cade 5000. So let me add a picture of a guitar. I have some on here already, so let's just use this one. Let me add a description beneath it. So I'm just giving you a description of the product beneath it, just saying that it's going to be a limited run of 200 guitars. Sure to be a collector's item. All of this information here is from a different plugin, a search engine optimization plugin, so I'm going to ignore it. Scroll all the way down to see some additional information we can add about the product. I'll sell it for $700. We'll give you a $4.99. We'll give you a discount. We'll knock off about $201. It is taxable, standard, etc. I said in the description this is a limited run of 200 guitars. So when it comes to the inventory, I don't have a SKU number. I could make one up. It doesn't really matter for the purposes of this tutorial, but obviously if you have a SKU number for a real product, you want to add that here. I definitely want to manage the stock. There's only going to be 400 guitars. Don't allow back orders, because once we run out, we're out. store-wide threshold. If you hover your mouse over this question mark, it's just going to tell you, do you want an alert? Email once your inventory gets to a certain level. So when I get to my last 10 guitars, I want an email alert. I'm not going to limit the number of purchases per consumer, so if someone wants to buy like 2 or 3 guitars, that's great. And we can add an extra description of my product here. Just an extra description, no harm, no foul. One thing that I recommend doing is adding a product image here. So this is going to be like an icon that you'll see of your guitar. That's probably not the best picture. I probably should have swapped these images. I wish there was a way to add extra images. Actually, well, there's a product gallery. I haven't really experimented with this, but it's going to be worthwhile to take a look at it. So let me add a few different guitar pictures. Okay, it's not going to really make sense to include a Les Paul. So we have a gallery, we have a product picture, description, a name. I think we're good, so let's publish. And let's go check out our website. One thing I need to do is add a link in the menu to the storefront, so let me click Customize. Let me click Menus, Main Menu, Add Item, and I don't want to link to the product itself, I want to link to the store. So let me find that in my pages. Shop, that's the landing page for the storefront. Publish. Let me close this out. Let's click Shop here. And as you can see, here's our first product. It's on sale from $700 to $499. I'm going to click this. And here's our product name, our description. Well, here's the number that are in stock. I said it was a 200 guitar run, and here I said 400, so I need to go back and edit that. Where are the other pictures in the gallery? Let me look into that. So let's edit the product. Oh, I can only add one at a time, I guess. Yeah, so just add them one at a time. Don't try to bulk load images. So here I'm saying 200 guitars. Oh, it's right here. You know what? I'm going to leave it right there. Let's just publish. Because I'm wasting time. So let's go back and view the product. So the stock was from that field that we saw below. The description that we typed in at the very top of the product page in the picture is right here. And here are the images. Here are the images from the gallery. If you hover your mouse over the image, you can zoom in, which is really cool. This is going to be really cool if you're like have a storefront where you're selling clothes. That's what you see like Macy's and other stores like that. That's what they do to show off their inventory. So that's the WooCommerce in a nutshell. Let me go ahead and add this to the cart. Let me go ahead and show you the shopping cart. So I added one to the cart. Let me click View Cart, and now we can go ahead and go to checkout. I don't have the payment system set up, so that's something that we're going to have to experiment with later, but for now, that's just a very brief introduction to WooCommerce. So let's go ahead and set up an online class now. Okay, in this half of our video, we're going to set up an online class. And so on the plugins page, I want to click Add New. And to find an e-learning suite, let's just type in e-learning and do a search. Or you can type in LMS, which stands for Learning Management Systems. Or you can type in just online course or something like that. And there are a lot of different options, but in this video we're going to just experiment with LearnPress. I already have it installed, so I'm going to click Activate. And back in our dashboard, we're going to click LearnPress on the top left corner. Now, since I've already installed it, it's not going to show me a quick start, but that's okay. So I'm going to click Add New for course. We'll create a course about, how about macroeconomics? Let's give it a description. So this will be the first in the line of courses on economics. I'm going to add a featured image. I'll use my logo. It would be better if I had something that's related to economics, but that's okay. I'm going to make this a 14-week course, a standard semester length course. I'm not going to block the course after the duration expires, but once the student finishes, I will block it. I will make this a beginner level course, no fake students, maximum of 30 students. You can retake the course once. I'm not sure if this means you can take it once more for free after you've paid for it, or you can only take this course twice before it's your access is blocked. I'm not sure what that means. I have to look at the user guide. Pricing, I'm going to keep it free so we don't have to worry about setting up PayPal or anything like that. In this tutorial, we can add some keywords here. Assessments, you can pass at 80%, and I'm the author. All of that's fine. I will add an excerpt. I'll say this is the first in a series of courses on economics or something like that. Now let's publish this. Let's see what it looks like so far. So we have our course. If we click overview, here's that little blurb I added at the beginning, at the very end I should say. This is our first in the line of courses on economics. It's not telling me a lot. The curriculum, I don't have anything set. I'm not going to click start now just yet. Let me click edit the course. I should probably bulk this up, but that's okay. We'll just leave it as it is. Now let's go to lessons. Let's create a sample lesson, so I should probably give you a video to watch. So here's our first lecture. Here's a video that I found on YouTube. I have not watched it yet, but it seems promising. I'm going to click publish. And we'll view it later. Let's go ahead and add a quiz as well. Before I create a quiz, I'm going to create some questions, because one thing I don't really like about this plugin is that you can create a massive question bank, but if I had like 10 online courses and I'm having a quiz every single week for 14 weeks for 10 different courses, this bank is going to get filled up really fast. And you have to do a lot of searching to find the questions that you want. So for the title, you're probably going to want to put the name of your class at the top and then give some sort of description of what the question is. So here's the question: what is macroeconomics? I should probably say something like select all and apply, because I'm going to make this a multiple choice. Now, if you use multiple choice, that means you can select more than one answer as potentially being correct. But if I only want to have one correct answer and you can only choose one, then use single choice. This turns it into radio buttons rather than check boxes. But I'll make it multi-choice to make it a little bit harder for students. So here's the first answer. Here's the second answer. And here's a third answer. This will be the only correct answer, but I'm still going to make it multiple choice just to make it harder. It'll be worth 1 point. I'm not going to add a hint or an explanation because I'm going to make this quiz like a test out quiz, so I don't want to give you the answer. You'll take it, and if you can pass, then you can skip macroeconomics and go straight into microeconomics, the next course that we'll make. So let me create some more questions. Add new. Actually, let me go back to questions. Let me copy this title. Make this question 2, not 12, 2. This will be what is microeconomics, select all. One thing I'm not really thrilled about is it's not giving me the option to randomize the answers. So every single answer is going to be the first one every single time. So I'll move this around and make this one. Wait a second. It didn't let, okay, that let me shift it this time. So here we go. Here's the third question. I just click publish. Now let's create a quiz. It seems counterintuitive to create your questions first before you create a quiz, but that's the way I'm taking it. So the quiz is going to be, I'm going to call it like test out of macroeconomics. My description will be take this quiz if you want to test out. And since I already have my questions created, I can just click select items and choose them right here. And click add. That's why I'm creating the questions before I create the quiz. I think you can create a question right now from within here, so let me copy this title, make it question 4. Let me hit enter. And then this gives me the ability to create a quiz right here, right now, but I'm going to avoid doing that. Duration, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to. Well, I'll set a 30-minute time limit to take this quiz. You must have an 80% to pass. I'm not going to give you the option to immediately check your answer while you're taking the quiz. I don't really understand what this means. Obviously, if you don't get a question right, you're not going to get a point. I'm not going to let students skip questions. You get 0 retakes. So let me click publish. So I have my quiz set up. Let me go back to my course, Intro to Macroeconomics. Let me associate the quiz with the course. Type in test out, hit enter. I don't need to create a lesson, I can select something. So here's my test out exam, add that. And then I'll add my, I'll create a section called Module 1, and I'm going to associate my lesson, my macroeconomics first lecture here by clicking add. So, all this looks good. Let me click update. Now let's go check out our first course. Let me go to test site to, okay, I need to actually add a menu item. So let me click customize. Let me go to my menu. Let me go to my main menu. Let me add an item. Let me add my course. All courses. Let me click publish. Let me close this out. Now let's click all courses here. As you can see, we have our course Intro to Macroeconomics. Let me click it. And we have a test out module, and then we have a lecture. So let me click start now. I'm enrolled in the class. I'll go ahead and test out and see what the quiz looks like. So this is what I mean by multiple select. Obviously these aren't all correct. So let me click next. Don't click finish quiz until you finish taking it. Macroeconomics, choose this one. Here's the question. Here's the title for the question. Inflation is this one. I thought I changed the position around, or was that for something else? Well, it's disappointing that I shifted the position around. I guess I didn't publish or click update or something. Oh well. Finish the quiz. Click OK. I made a score of 66%, so I failed, and I need to finish. Well, it's telling me what I did wrong. So these are wrong. This is right, and this is right. So let's go to our module. Here's our first lecture. I haven't actually watched the lecture yet, so marking this as complete. And I finished the course. And there we are. I passed the course. Apparently. I guess I should have added a final exam or something. But you get the gist of how this plugin works. That's all I'm going to talk about for now. We just set up a really quick online course, and we also set it up a really quick online shop. There's more to do if you want to actually, get paid for products and add a price to your courses. You're going to have to set up a payment system, and we're not going to go into that in this video. Perhaps I'll do that in a separate video. But thank you for watching.